Rebecca noticed that James and Gordon were shut up in the work sheds.
What's going on with them?
She asked. Nobody seemed to notice other than herself. It's a long story. One of them asked. Rebecca began to have feelings about the two. It's best if you ignore it for the meantime. Mention one. Rebecca tried to forget about it, but couldn't. A few minutes later, Rebecca puffed into the station looking for a job. Rebecca, could you take Gordon's Express and James' goods train?
Oh, yes.
Rebecca hesitated, and her sentence trailed to a question. Something going on?
No. I'm just gonna get used to the Express. That is all.
It's best for you to take care, Sir Topham Hatt advised. As Rebecca was hitched to the Express, she found it hard to handle but was able to manage it after a while. At the final Express stop, everyone seemed pleased that it was exactly how Gordon handles it. This made Rebecca feel pleased, but felt rather ashamed as it would replace Gordon for always. Next was the goods train that James was supposed to take to Brendam Docks. She took the train and arrived at the docks earlier than its scheduled time. Well done, complimented the dock manager. I was expecting James here, but I suppose you do a better job and getting them sooner. Rebecca was again rather cheerful, but on the inside she was rather unhappy. Back at the sheds, all the engines were fast asleep, except Rebecca as she pulled into the berth. Well done, Rebecca, whispered Sir Topham Hatt. Perhaps I'll let you take the Express from now on, while the others handles James' work. Rebecca was flattered by this. She looked over the work sheds where the two were at. Now she began to worry. The next day, Rebecca slept in. As she woke up, all the sheds were vacant and she was late for her train. Rebecca frantically rushed to the big station and bumped the coaches hard. The people inside bounced upon impact. After being coupled up, she ran like the wind. She was going so fast the passengers were being bounced around like peas in a frying pan. At the destination, the passengers complained it was a bad ride. Now she was late for a goods train bound to Peelgudred. Rebecca was in no time for any delays. As she approached the station by the lake, which was being renovated, she was going in too fast. Another branch line goods train was parked ahead of the station's platform. Suddenly, Rebecca ran into a tomato van and she was covered in tomatoes. Henry and Stephen had been watching. As the mess was being cleared up, there stood Sir Topham Hatt. What have you done today? You bumped the coaches and caused the passengers to get giddy, and then this. I thought you could handle these like you did yesterday. That went so well.
Please, sir,
Rebecca asked.
could James and Gordon have their jobs back? Because I'm afraid I would be taking over their jobs for good.
Rebecca, this is only temporary, answered Sir Topham Hatt. James and Gordon will get their jobs back tomorrow. After the mess is cleaned up, you can take the passengers home from Vickerstone. They hope you won't be rough on the way back. Rebecca smiled. Rebecca made the final destination to the big station. Everybody was glad it was better than this morning. The next morning, James and Gordon were back to work. Thanks for doing my express, and thanks for doing my goods trains. The two think that Rebecca is the most sensible thing to them as they heard from others. Perhaps you can do one of my jobs once in a while. They said in unison. Rebecca agrees with James and Gordon as she watched the two puff gradually away.